personally, I think this could be a trap game. I'm crazy maybe to say that, but I think the Jets are going to find some way to basically win this one.
Wow. Okay. All right. How about that? We got James taking the upset in this one for the Jets to get their first win. Welcome to the AFC West Roundtable, a weekly live show featuring top-tier insight and analysis on all things AFC West. From the best creators in the division, including Denver Broncos creator Ryan, Kansas City Chiefs creator Marcus, Las Vegas Raiders creator Samoan, and Los Angeles Chargers creators Bolt Bros. To the first game, James, an opportunity to get back on track here, okay? You're facing the Miami Dolphins. They don't have Tyreek Hill. They're not a very good team at this point. That team is looking to seriously implode. They're pretty much firing their head coach and their general manager by the end of the season. Fans are flying planes above the stadium at every home game saying, fire everyone. So, James, what are your thoughts on this game?
You know, when Mike McDaniel was walking through the tunnel back to the locker room without his shades on, man, he just looked like a defeated person, man. And either that or he's steaming. He just didn't know what was happening. I mean, I think they ended up losing this game pretty badly. I think they were actually up quite a bit, too, in this one, and they found a way to lose that last game. And, you know, the thing is, though, there's the tale of two halves in this one. And what I'm saying by that is that the Dolphins, they want to get rid of everybody at this point. They want to move on from McDaniels. I think he's a very good coach, in my opinion. I think he could be a very good offensive coordinator for somebody, too, if he does get let go. Now, with Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins, I don't know what they're doing. Tyreek Hill's gone. I mean, just the team looks like a mess. They're not finding ways to close games out. On the flip side, the Chargers got a whole lot of mess that they got to clean up, too. We got to figure out this offensive line. We got too many injuries. Who is our running back at this point? I'm glad that Joe Ortiz, our GM, went out there and got Adofe Owe. I can never say the guy's name. But I'd love to be able to see what he could do for this team, because Tulitu Pelotu on the opposite side is actually top in the league, or one of the top in the league. I think he's top 5 right now in pressures. He had a 4-sack game 2 weeks ago. So he's a guy that just needed help. And Khalil Mack, I feel like we did this trade because Khalil Mack's going to be out for a lot longer than we anticipate. So I don't know what to expect going into this game because I'm unsure about my own team at this point. It's interesting to think about the tale of two halves. Again, 3-0, I was sky high. Now I'm unsure where we're going to be at. We cannot go 3-3 at this point. We have to win this game against the Dolphins. The hard part of it is a West Coast team going to the East Coast early morning game. As we saw with the Giants game, you find a way to run slow, play slow, and then you end up losing the game. So don't know what to expect from this game, but bottom line, I think penalties need to get cleared up. That is the ultimate goal. Keep it under 5 penalties. Just to even say the Chiefs game last night, the amount of penalties they had, same thing for the Chargers the last 2 weeks. It's been ugly. So they got to find a way to clean up the mistakes at the minimum for this game to get a chance to win this one.
Certainly. Ryan, let's go on over to you. Who do you have winning this game? Do you have the Chargers getting right or the Miami Dolphins with their second win of the season?
I think Chargers will get right. Miami's just they're a shit show. And Mike McDaniel, he's going to be out of there soon. And I was talking with one of my Bears people around here. They are around the organization, to say the least, and they're saying that the word around the league is that Miami might be selling off some players soon. So if they lost that game this past weekend, and they did, so who knows if some guys are gone this week, such as A-Chain. And yeah, Miami's just done. They're a dumpster fire. They're gonna be selling the whole thing. So great game for the Chargers to get right.
Bring A-Chain to the Chargers, please. Thank you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
hey, man,
not.
y'all should be blowing them out. If it's not a blowout, James, y'all got to be disappointed. This team's rough. Marcus, let's go down to you. What are your thoughts on this game?
Look, man, I mean, both teams have, obviously the Dolphins had a lot more questions, but I mean, the Chargers had a lot of questions as far as the injuries wise. We don't even know who the running back's going to be this week. Is Hassan Haskins going to be a guy? The Dolphins is just a trash team. I will say the spread is weird, 4.5 points. I think I saw 3.5 in some books. 85% of the money on the Chargers. I'm going to go with Dolphins this week, upset.
Ooh. Whoa, Marcus is going with the Dolphins. I thought I misheard that for a second.
That's strictly just going off the betting trend. That's strictly going off the betting trend.
Strictly. Okay, so strictly off the betting trend. Marcus wants to make sure that that's clear. So, all right, how about that one, Small? Let's go on over to you. Who are you taking in this game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a perfect bounce back game for the Chargers. I mean, they struggled these past 2 weeks, but I think this is going to be a big game to determine whether or not they're a competitive team this year or they're going to start falling. So looking at Miami right now, yeah, like everybody said, I mean, they've been competitive in some of the games, but overall just haven't been able to put it together. So I got the Chargers winning this one. They should win this one. Well, I hope they do lose, but, I think they have enough to win this game.
We're going to have some bigger questions for you, James, if we come back next Tuesday and they did not win this game. Man, it's going to be a good one next week. It's going to be a good one next week. Let's go on into this next game. Ryan, your Denver Broncos coming off of a massive, massive win against the former undefeated Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the New York Jets, who have not won a single game, and they're the only team in the NFL who defensively has not forced a turnover. What are you projecting to happen in this game?
And as for their wins, it's going to stay that way, in my opinion. Jets are just so bad right now, so bad. And hopefully this is not a trap game for us. I think this team is mentally tough enough where they're not overlooking the Jets whatsoever. They still understand that, the NFL is week-to-week business and any team can win. It's not like this is a college team. And I'm interested what insight their DM, I think Darren Mogi is his name, because he was our assistant GM, and then the Jets just took him. So that'll be interesting. I mean, obviously he's not the coach or anything, so who knows? Probably doesn't mean much anyways. But Broncos, now they need to continue to prove that they are the team that we all think that they are and put these guys away that they should be beating, as they have. They've done it last year. They need to continue to do that. It is in London, so it's a morning game. That'll be interesting. So hopefully my entire day doesn't get ruined with that like it has before in the past when they've played in London. And I expect everyone to be firing on all cylinders. And now is the time for the offense to start upticking and getting some consistency going, especially against a team like the Jets. Like, if you can't have a consistent offense against the Jets, like what you're not gonna, there's not gonna be too much hope for you later in the season. So yeah, taking the Broncos.
Taking the Broncos to beat the Jets. Marcus, are you also going to take the Broncos, or do you want to take an upset?
The money is all on Denver, but the fact that being in England is it's a London game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that changes things. But after what I saw from the Jets last week, I mean, they beasted me as far as when I bet on them against the Cowboys last week. It was a 1-point spread. They couldn't do anything against Dallas's atrocious secondary. It wasn't until like the fourth quarter where they was garbage time where they did something. Denver's defense is a different beast, and Denver's offense should go off on this horrible Jets defense. If the Broncos offense does not go off against this Jets defense, then we have more questions about your offense in this one. But yeah, Broncos should win this game, and they should 7.5 points. They should in theory cover that by multiple possessions. So yeah, I'll go Broncos in this one.
They should certainly blow the Jets.
One thing I forgot to note is that our left guard Ben Powers is out for 2 months now with biceps injury. So he didn't make the trip. So it's significant in terms of offensive line continuity, but regarding like actual physical play, it's not that big of a deal. Like, he was already starting to like trend down a little bit. He was good for polling, but I think, our 6 offensive linemen should be able to fill in pretty well.
Certainly something to keep in mind when talking about this game. Simone, let's go on over to you. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those hammy games, like for the Broncos, like these are the games you got to win and have to win and should win. Especially if you want to keep that momentum going forward. The Jets, of course, like we said, haven't won any games. And I think no matter how slow or fast the offense plays, just the defense alone is going to keep them in that game. But this should be an easy W for the Broncos. And, I mean, they could take sole possession of number 1 after this week. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it could be a trap game any given Sunday. But I think the Broncos just have too much over the Jets this week.
Agreed. And James, let's go on up to you. Wrap us up with this game. What do you think?
I was thinking a lot about the whole London game. I think the Broncos are 0-2 at London for career one. That's not a whole lot of games and all.
We beat the Jags a couple of years ago.
Oh, Jags. Okay. Yeah, multiple games there. Wembley, I believe it was. But either which way, I'm feeling like this could potentially be a trap game. And why I'm saying is I could come off a big high after beating the Eagles. You feel good about it. You get on the plane, all that kind of stuff. And then something just kind of makes me feel like something's going to happen in this game where it's going to favor the Jets. Aaron Glenn has got to find a way to win a freaking game or he's going to get fired after 1 year. And this would be a good game for him to make a statement for himself to say, we could finally find a way to make it happen. I don't think it's truly Justin Fields' issue. I think that just in general, maybe it's just the defense is really not gelling the way they think. Maybe they got too many prima donnas on the team too. I'm not sure.
Boy, oh boy, would that be a storyline for the entire NFL for week 6. So we'll ultimately just have to see how that one shapes up next Tuesday. But getting into this next game, Marcus, another pretty tough one here for you guys because you guys are taking on the 4-1 Detroit Lions as the Kansas City Chiefs fall under 500 at 2-3. Can you guys get right, or is this another L?
Primetime game, Mahomes 14-2 on Sunday Night Football, 14-2 in his career. Just beat the Giants a couple weeks ago, so 14-2 now on Sunday night. Lions are going to be down 3 of their top 4 cornerbacks in this game, and it's a great time when the offense is starting to come together for that to happen. They do have a really good pass rush, but like I said, our offensive line is looking really good. They're number 2 as far as sacks-wise in the league. The Lions are behind the Broncos. I do think it's a bounce-back spot for us. A lot of people are selling on us. The interesting thing is looking at the money movement as far as betting-wise. Chiefs were a 1.5-point favorite before the game last night, and the betting public's 80% of the money is on Detroit. But even though there's 80% of the money is on Detroit, the line has gone from 1.5 to a 2.5 Chiefs. So the sharps are liking the Chiefs this weekend. I'm liking the Chiefs this weekend. I think the Chiefs win this game. I think it's a statement game for us. 80% of the betting public is on Detroit this weekend. So I have to say with that and us being a favorite in this game, it's kind of fishy since, Detroit looks like one of the best in the league right now. But I do think our passing game is going to look unreal against this depleted Detroit secondary on Sunday night in a big statement game on primetime.
Marcus has his Chiefs getting right against the Detroit Lions. Samoan, do you also think that this is an opportunity for the Chiefs to get right?
Yeah, most definitely. I think this is going to be a big matchup. And of course, the Lions, even with the injuries that they have, are still going to be a competitive team in this game. But seeing what the Chiefs did last week, I mean, it comes down to whether or not, they shoot themselves in the foot. That's what it comes down to. And as long as, Patrick Mahomes plays a clean game and doesn't throw those turnovers within red zone, they'll be okay. And they're going to be in Arrowhead this weekend. So I actually got the Chiefs winning this one and just bouncing back after last week's or yesterday's close loss.
All right, we got 2 Chiefs. James, you going to make it 3?
I think yes. Now, the big thing about this is that the Lions have only lost to the Packers. The teams that they have beat are the Bears, just mollywopped them 52-21. And then they beat the Ravens. We know where they're at right now. The Browns, they got smoked too, 34-10. And then they beat the Bengals 37-24. Now, this is going to be that big game for the Lions. Who are they going to really be? Now, to Marcus' point, when some of the cornerbacks are out for the Lions, could get a little bit more tougher for them. So, unfortunately, yes, I'm going to choose the Chiefs to win this one.
All right. So far, we got 3 out of 3 Chiefs. I don't know, Ryan. I feel like you're going to pick the upset here. Are you going to make this 4 out of 4, though?
I'm picking the Lions. They've just looked so good. And after seeing Kansas City's defense last night, let Trevor Lawrence pick them apart, especially at the end, I think the Lions are just going to take this one by quite a bit. I don't think it's going to be necessarily that close just because I have no faith in that Chiefs defense. I think maybe it could be a shootout because both defenses are, struggling a bit, which would make for a great game. But ultimately, I think the firepower that the Lions have in terms of like their run game and the pass game, just everything about their offense, I'm going to take the Lions.
All right, so we got 3 out of 4 panelists here taking the Kansas City Chiefs, but we got Ryan taking the Detroit Lions. Let us know your guys' thoughts about this game in the comment section below. But fellas, let's go ahead and let's get into the final game here for week 6. We got one interesting matchup. We got the battle of the basement here. The Raiders, the Titans, both have won 1 game, but one of these teams will advance to 2 wins on the season. Simone, what do you think about this?
Yeah, of course, you guys know how frustrated I am with this team. I mean, they've been struggling, and we lost 4 straight games in a row. Bad quarterback play, but it's all going to come down to what Geno Smith can do, especially at home. I mean, the 2 home games that we played, it's been a shit show. 3 interceptions in both games each. So it's been all bad. But, the Titans are coming off of a win. I know they got 1 taste of getting a W, but just me being, a little bit selfish because I'm going to be at the game this week, and I just want to see a damn Raiders win. I got my Raiders winning this game. I don't care how or whatnot, but yeah, I just hope that we come out with the win and we have a strong performance in front of our home crowd for once this season. So, yeah, I'm actually just hoping and praying at this point.
Just keep praying, buddy. Just keep praying. I got your back there.
You never know, man. You never know.
You never know. Any given Sunday. James, let's go on up to you. Are you also going to take the Raiders?
I don't even know who to choose in this game. I mean, goodness. I mean, this one's a very tough game to kind of figure out. Both teams. I'll say this, though. The Titans against the Cardinals last week, they dodged a little bit of a bullet when there was the fumble to the end zone by the Cardinals that could have pretty much iced that game. Titans found a way to tighten up their bootstraps and go out there and get this dub. And I don't know if that's what was needed for Cam Ward to kind of get over the hill and start really understanding this team. I think he's been calling out his players a little bit too. And there's something about this game that I don't know what direction to take on this. I almost want to just say, can we just end as a tie kind of thing? Because we're kind of dealing with two similar teams at this point. I don't know what to choose, but me being a Chargers fan, I'm going to choose the Titans for sure. I'm going to say the Titans are going to win this one, and it's going to be an extremely close game. Bottom line, is Geno Smith going to finish this game is my whole hot take out there. If he starts throwing picks again, he needs to ride that bench. I'm just going to say that. He needs to get off the field quick, ASAP.
Facts.
I'm choosing the Titans on this one.
We got James choosing the Titans, so that's 1 Raiders, 1 Titans. Ryan, who you picking?
Sell your ticket, Samoan. Don't go. I'm picking the Titans. Dude, the Raiders are just so bad. And the Titans, like they're bad, but Cam Ward is solid. He's pretty solid for a young QB, that is, and they're able to get a win. I forgot who they even beat, but I think this is another great opportunity for the Titans to get another win against a team that is kind of spiraling down. The Titans have nothing to lose right now. Young QB, pretty young head coach as well. Whereas the Raiders, they had these high expectations and everything feels like it's on fire again. So picking the Titans.
Picking the Titans. Marcus, who are you picking?
Give me the Raiders. Kind of what James said. I mean, the Cardinals blew that game. DeMarcado fumbles the ball right before he gets to the end zone, and then what was it? They threw a pick, or it was a pick. Cardinals fumble the pick, ball rolls into the end zone, and the Titans land on the ball, and that's how they won the game. So the most ridiculous way of winning that game, they were getting dominated throughout the entire game. So without those two plays, the Cardinals win that game by a pretty healthy amount. So the fact that they're coming off that win and the Raiders have looked as bad as they have looked, and they're a 4.5-point favorite. Yeah, I think the Raiders win this one. I think Titans are also just a trash team. And also with their coaching situation, a lot of people are saying that Callahan's on the hot seat. So they have that going on as well. So yeah, I think the Raiders win. I think they rally behind Carroll and win this one.
Well, let us know your guys' thoughts on this game and the rest of the games in the comment section below.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL.